Hello everyone, welcome to the Pro Designer channel with me Wirsa Putra, and now we are trying to create a website using HTML and CSS. We're trying to design with a rapid prototyping process, and we'll use HTML and CSS. And now we'll try to find some inspirations. Maybe I'll try also to input my portfolio in Dribble because I don't have one. So the first thing that I have to do is find the information that I want try to uh, make it. Okay, so let's try to make a website maybe like this. So we'll try to make a website like this, and how about if we try to make this with dark color, and also we'll try to make some components of the website like in these designs. Okay, for the first thing that we have to do is if you don't have any text editor, you can use Visual Studio Code. And I'm sorry, my English maybe not as fluent as native, but I will try to share to you about what I can share, and hope you can understand what I mean, and you can follow this tutorial step by step. Okay, in this part, I'm using some plugins, Auto Rename Tag, Live Size Compiler, and Live Server to preview your website on your local environment, and Path Intelligence to find path if you are trying to input some image from your directory. Okay, now we'll try to make a folders first. So we try to make new folder web project. So I'll try to make a new folder. Maybe I will try to make the archi tops. Okay, like this. Then try to drag and drop to the Visual Studio Code. Okay, now we try to create an index.html. And after that, we're trying to create the basic structure of the HTML by typing HTML column 5 like this. And we'll try to using SAS here. So we are using the CSS, and we will try to using the style.scss, and we're trying to make a grid system also CSS. Okay, now you'll see that this is very simple menu. This has a very simple menu and also a very simple logo, so it can be easier for us to uh, design this. Okay, now we'll try to make a header first. Okay, in this part, we're trying to create a nav here, CSS. Then we'll try to compile with LiveSAS compiler. Okay, it will generate the style.css, and we'll try to embed to our HTML file. Okay, I'll link CSS like this. With Path Intelligence, you can just use Control space on Windows or Command space in Mac. Find the CSS and like this. Okay, now your CSS will be connect to the index.html file. So I will try to create a design here for the header first. So I'll try to type it in on the nav.css. Why? Because it can be easy to structurize the CSS, and it more neat than if you trying to make it on your CSS file. Okay, try to make a comment first. This is for navigations, header navigations. Okay, now I'll try to create the structure first. So for the header, you see that there will be a logo and a menu here, and also contact us with the button style. So it's very easy. You can type the C, then pressing tab, header, C, pressing tab, and header. And I'll try to create a header first. Okay, now if you see this, there will be a group here that placing this header into the center of the sections. Okay, so I'll try to create a container sections here. Okay, to make a group you can use class or ID. I'll try the basic maybe in the others video. So we'll try to make this website first. Okay, for the container now, and I'll try to create parents for the flags to make it two columns here. Okay, I'll try to use row here. Okay, for the header, I don't think we can create any properties on the CSS, but on the container, I'll try to make it on the grid.scss container, set it to max width 1200 pixels with 90% because we don't want too rapid on the side. Okay, and let's try to set the margin 0 auto. Okay, this is for the top and bottom, and this is for the left and right. So this container will be on the center of the web page. Okay, now we'll try to create a row first. So for the row, I'll try to create row display flags to make it a column. Okay, now I try to create here maybe for the row. Okay, now in this part I try to create a nav. Okay, brand maybe, and h1 a archi top. Okay, so you will see the preview will be like this. Okay, okay, archi top, and try to import the grid and nav here, and import, then we'll try to dot slash using the grid first, and after that followed by nav port nav. Okay, now you'll see the result will be like this. Okay, now it's time to create a menu here. So you will see that this is the nav menu, and we can create a for the home, a for the about, a for the service, and a for the contact. Okay, now in the contact I'll try to create or styling it with buttons. Okay, we'll try to style here button contact. Okay, now you'll see the design will be like this. Now we'll try to create a space between these two sections using justify content for the row. So I'll try to create in this part flex wrap to make sure that the wrapping is running smoothly. And we will try to create a justify content center, CC center, space between. You can name it up to you. But in this case, I'll try to create a name GC dash space between for justify content space between. Justify content space between. Okay, it can make a space between a nav brand and also the nav menu. I'll try to place on their parents. So in this part, GC space between. Okay, now we'll see the result will be like this, and I'll try to set the align centers to make sure that the menu will be on the center vertically with the archetype. Okay, so I'll try to create the IC line items AI center. So this is line items center. Okay, we'll try to place it on the parents I center. Okay, now we'll see this is uh the case. And thank you for the Sony for the inspirations here, and it helped me a lot to make the design like this. Okay, now I'll try to uh, make sure that there is no underline here, and also in the menu you can simple by creating a nav menu here. So in the nav, I'll try to create nav menu, and also typing A to select the A properties and set it text decorations, set it to none to remove the underline in the menu link. And also I'll try to set the color to black to make sure that the color will be become black here, and try to giving padding 20 pixels to set a space between the menu. Okay, now our duty is to remove also the underline here and set it to a black color. Okay, we'll set the header and also the nav brain h1, set it to A, and text decorations to none, color with black. Okay, now you'll see that the archetype logo and also the menu now coloring with black, and there is no underline under the link sections. Okay, now our task is to create a button contact here. So I'll try to create and contact to make a selections for this element. Okay, so this is not in the h1, this is in the menu here, because the style, sorry, this is the class button contact placing in the contact link. So the contact link in the nav menu parents. Okay, so I'll try to create a background. Maybe I'll set it to brown color. Okay, nothing changed here. So we'll try to create a class contact button contact. Okay, now you'll see that the button will be on the right and it has a background. So you see that in this part there's a tiny space here, so I'll try to simplify the top and bottom padding for this part, so it will be like this. And we'll try to maybe for the architect, try to make a color to brown. Okay, maybe like this. And for the color, set it to width. Okay, so and now we'll try to create a border radius to 10 pixels maybe. Okay, looks so clean now. And we'll try to create the hero sections here. How about if we want to make the component like this? So there is a big background here, and also there is a text here, and the header directly grouping on the hero sections. Okay, it's easy. So you can set try to name it to hero. So and we can try to make another section here, hero background, maybe on this part. And after that, we can try to insert the background or the text here. Okay, so you can name it to hero, hero, and hero. Okay, now you can change it to hero also. So now we can place a background here. So we can try to set the background by using unsplash.com and try to find a building, or maybe white building. Okay, so the for the orientations we want to set it to landscape. Okay, we'll try to find the building that we want to place on our websites. Okay, building white. Okay, we'll try. Okay, maybe we can use. Please be aware with your pictures, because the pictures will make your designs more looks good. And my suggestion is giving a time to choose the best uh, background for your designs. Okay, let's try to find maybe okay, let's see. Okay, maybe this one. Let's try to copy image address, and let's try to make a background color URL here, and placing the image in this place, and you will see the background now attached on our hero sections. Okay, in this part we see that white space, there is a white space here, and we'll try to remove that white space by typing body, set it margin to 0. Okay, now you'll see the design will be like this. Okay, we'll try to create the text maybe, And you see that we can use the colors on the designs to make sure that uh, it has the same background with our web background. Okay, now we'll try to create the text for the hero. So in this part, I will try to use a grid system. So this part we will try to make a 12 column uh, using add 4e from 1 through 12, and this is the magic syntax. So you can copy this form. Okay, and I'll try to make a column then using this code. So I will generate call 1, call 2, call 3 until the call 12, and this is the pattern, and it has the best form for your website. Okay, I'll try using gather just 3%. So try to set a margin 0 1.5%, and you'll see the result will be like this. Okay, okay, now we'll try to create the other container here. Okay, so this is the end of the container, and I'll try to create a container here and set it to row and call 6 maybe, and type the h1. Maybe I'll try to set the hero text h2 maybe. Try to find, we believe in, okay, we serve, we design your building for the futures. Okay, I'll try to create the lorem ipsum, lorem just maybe 20. So you'll see the text will be like this, and there's a space here because it has 1.5% space on the left and on the right. So we'll try to include in our nav header. Okay, now in the nav brand and also nav menu, you can place a margin 0 and 1.5%. So in this part, I'm trying to set in on the nav margin 0 1.5%, and also in this part on the nav menu margin 0 1.5%. Okay, now you'll see the result will be like this, and our case is we'll try to set a space and make this text bigger. Okay, I'll try to create a hero sections here. Oh, okay, this is for hero in this part, so I'm trying to create here. So hero dex, set the h2, font size 3em. Okay, the result will be like this. Okay, now we can use the another font here. I will use two font, so I'm trying to set Google font. The first font may be the Merriweather. We set it to Merriweather first. Okay, this part, try to set the Merriweathers and Poppins. Okay, for the Poppins, I have set it first, and also this is for the Mary weather. Okay, we'll try to copy this one. Okay, we'll set it to this part. Okay, now we'll try to create. Okay, for the font, we'll try to place on this part. Sorry, on this part. Okay, for the CSS, I'll try to embed it to this part. Okay, so Meriwether for the H1, H2, and H3 until H5. So pop in as a default text. So try to set it to H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. So it will be like this. Okay, now it's looking good. Okay, I'll try to create a space here. So to make it more spacey. So we can try to create on the hero sections, adding maybe 5% for the top and bottom and 0 for the left and right. Okay, maybe not in the hero sections. I'll try to create it on the, okay, maybe I will try to create it on this part. So I'm trying to add more hero uh okay, maybe special, just a special here, spacer 5. Okay, I'll try to create a spacer here on the grid, adding 5%, 0. So it will be like this. Okay, now if you want to create the other space, you can use on this below. Okay, if you see that there will be a button here. Okay, now we'll try to set it to cover to make it more big on the background. So on the sections, okay, background size, we'll set it to cover. Okay, it will look like this. Okay, it's a big picture here, and you can also set the background positions. Now I'll try to create maybe for the 10%. So we'll try to set it on the browsers. So we can see that the hero here, they have a background position. So I'll try to set it up and set it down. Okay. Now I'll try to create it, set it down and set it up. Okay, now we'll try to take this to this part. Okay, so maybe in this part it is it percent, so it can be easy to move this one. Okay, wow, it can be moved if you are using percent. Okay, maybe just using the pixel for the 1700 pixels. Okay, it will be look like this, and we'll try to set spacers after the container sections. Okay, so we'll see the result will be like this, and we'll try to create on the nav. Maybe this is 700 pixels, and this is for 10%. We can see that the pictures will be like this, and we can set it to 50%. Okay, how about 70%? So now it look nice. Okay, so we have another designs of these versions, and now we'll try to create a button here. Okay, so we can try to create a button, a dot button. Maybe you can set it to button actions and try to learn more. Okay, we'll see this part, and I'm trying to make it to black for the button actions. We can set it to, so button, where's the button? Try to create it on the, okay, maybe just create it another CSS file, button.scss, button action, and I'll try to create a background black, and then display inline block. Okay, so we'll try to set a margin top to 4%. Okay, we'll see that design will be like this. Oh, I try to embed this first. Add import dot slash button. Okay, we'll see the design will be like this, and now we'll try to set the padding here. Padding 20 pixels, 40 pixels, color or width. Okay, text decoration set it to none. Okay, it will be look like this, and I'll try to set it a border radius here. So for the border radius, I'll try to set it to 10 pixels to make it consistent with the top menu button. Okay, now we'll see the design for the hero sections, and the next one we'll try to create the other sections. Maybe this is the about sections, and I'll try, it's very easy to create, and I'll try to create on after the hero sections. Okay, maybe this is about sections and about, and try to create about container, and also row call, maybe call for and emg, and I'll try to create image responsive. So in this part, I'm trying to create it on here, emg responsive, set it to width 100%, and now we'll try to see that we'll try to using the spacers before the container, spacer 5 before the container, and also spacer 5 after the container. Okay, now I'll try to copy the image from the splash. Okay, try to set it to portrait, see the others pictures. I'm trying to copy these pictures, or maybe these pictures, to make it more different with the first one. Class EMG responsive. Okay, now we'll try to look at the about sections here, or you can take another designs that maybe have the same colors with the first image. Okay, I'll try to use, how about this one? Okay, copy image address and try to change this one. Okay, now we'll see the change will be like this, and you can set it to column 5 or column 6 to make it bigger. Okay, it will take the image like this. So we have text here, so it's very easy to make. I'm trying to create the call 6, and then in this part I'm trying to create about dex. Okay, now we see that we'll try to create H2 maybe, or maybe H3. We are the best architect in misalkan for example Canada. Okay, okay, now I'll try to create a text. Okay, maybe in this part I try to create a lorem 30. Okay, it will be look like this. Now I'll set this font to the 3 EMs for the about text. So in this part I'm trying to create about.scss and try to embed it first. Add import dot slash about, and now we'll try to see that in this about sections about text, we'll try to set it the edge to the font size 3 em, make it more large. Okay, and I'll try to set the line height for the p tag or for the paragraph text by trying set it to this line height, set it to 180%. Okay, now it will be look like this. Now I'll try to set it to center of the image, so by placing the AI center. Okay, on this part I'm trying to set it to AI center. Now we'll see that the text will be on the center of the image. Okay, okay, it's look good. We can create this part, so it will have a three grouping here. So this is for the property build, and this is the same form. Okay, so we can create just one form and try to copy to make the other sections. Okay, I'll try to make this board. Okay, maybe this is the about group, about the tail, and this part I try to create detail items, and it's where there will be h4 for the form for the numbers. And this is for the text property build. Okay, it will be look like this. Okay, now we'll try to change this part. So about detail, try to create it on this detail, and also this part detail item, and we'll try to create for the h3. There will be no margin set it to 0. Then for the p, it can be font size to the 12 pixels. So it will be look like this. If too small, we can create it to 14 maybe. Okay, now for the h3 track, for the h3 text, we can use a font size maybe 2 EMs. Okay, we'll look the changes. So I don't know if, oh, this is h4. Okay, now we'll see the result will be like this. Okay, you see that this, and maybe for the width we can set it width to 100 pixels. Okay, we can set it to inspect here. Okay, will be like this with 82 pixels. Okay, now we'll set it for the other sections. Okay, it will be 3 sections here, and I'll try to set it for the about details to the display as a flex wrap, set it to wrap, and I'll try to set the margin right to the 20 pixels. Okay, it will be look like this. Now we'll try to set a words gain 24s, or maybe this is for 34s of words gain, and this is maybe 100 plus client, satisfied client. And now we'll see that the design will be like this, and we'll try to set its spacers here. Maybe we'll try to add the spacer 3. Spacer, where is the spacers? Okay, spacer 3, padding 3 pixels, set it to 0 for the left and right. And now we see that there is spacer here, spacer 3, and we'll see that, okay, it will be look like this for the about sections. Okay, now we have maybe this is the surface sections. It has 3 columns, and it's very easy to make, and we can make it now. Okay, so we'll try to create the surface and surface. service container. Also in this part I'm trying to create the row and call wealth for the titles. I try to create service title. This part I'm trying to use h2. So this part I'm trying to, you can choose our best surface. Okay, like this. You can choose our best surface, and I'll try to create a big text on this part. So it will be look like this, and maybe it has just called 6. So for the surface title, I'll try to create the another file as CSS, surface as CSS, and try to embed on this one. Add import and set it to dot slash surface. Okay. Now we'll try to create for the surface here surface title, and in this part I'm trying to use the h2 font size, set it to 2em. Okay, we'll see that the design will be look like this, and maybe for the column it just have the 4 columns, so it will be look like this. Okay, maybe for the text it has 3 ems on the text. We'll see. Okay, now we can set the columns, 3 columns here. So I'll try to create the column 4 like this. So try to make another row and set it to goal 4, and in this part I'll try to create surface item, and there will be an image here. This is for the icons, and this is for the text, or maybe 20, or maybe just 10. Okay, now we'll see that the design will be like this. Okay, and it has an icon here, so I'm trying to use the flat icon, architect. Okay, now we'll try to use the icon for our websites. Okay, maybe you can use this one. So try to copy image address and placing here. I'll try to set the width for 64, and then you'll see like this. Okay, you can set the title to make it more clear. Maybe this is for the drafting surface. Okay, it will be look like this, and we can set it 2 more here. Okay, set it, copy for the call for. Okay, now we can change the image. Okay, Okay, on this part we're trying to set for the target, copy image address. So this is for the second image here. Okay, and we'll set it for the other image too. Okay, maybe like this. Copy image address, and we'll try to change the third pictures. Okay, drafting surface, building surface, maintenance maybe. Okay, the website will be look like this. We can try to add spacers here. So for the surface, dot spacer 5, copy that and place it below before the end of the closing tag here. Okay, now we'll see that our website will be like this. Maybe if you think that the spacer 5 is too big for the space or too spacey, you can use the spacer 3. Okay, we have 3 sections here. Now we'll try to create, maybe I will try to skip this one because it has a 1 hour video. So I'll try to skip for this one and try to make this one. Okay, let's try to create a footer sections here. Maybe this is for the footer. See that footer and footer dot footer, and then we try to create a container, and we can set for the, okay, we see that get our free consultations. Okay, row call 6, we'll try to get the h2, maybe in this part. Okay, footer h2 free. Okay, get in touch with us. Okay, after that we'll try to create text here, call 6 p, and we see that. Okay, you can really contact us and get some insight to build your house and office. Okay, in this part I'm trying to use a dot button actions. Contact us. Okay, it will be look like this. Now we'll set spacer and also the background for the footer. So for the footer, I'll try to create another CSS file, footer.scss, and we'll try to create a footer background. We'll set it to bake. Okay, it will be look like this, and we'll try to import it first. And import dot slash footer. Okay, it will be look like this, and we can set a spacer here for the footer. padding 5% 0. Okay, now it has a cool features here, and also I'll try to create for the h2 tag font size, set it to 3em. Okay, now it looks nice and clean, and we can set it for the copyright here below the footer sections. Okay, so we can set the copyright parts. Okay, and copyright, we'll try to create a copy right here, and we'll try to set it a container and row call 12, and this is the pro design strong pro designer. Okay, .com. That we'll try to create then and copy 2022 all right reserve. Okay, it will be look like this now. Try to give it a spacer here. Okay, copy right CSS, copy right padding just maybe 1%. Okay, we'll see that the end of the website look like will be like this. Dot slash copyright. Okay, the final website will be look like this. It looks clean, and I think it has a good value too. You can follow the step by step from the zero it has creating from the scratch. And how about the responsive versions? We can make it in the another video. Just stay tuned in my channel, and also don't forget to subscribe. I'm sorry my English maybe was not so good, and I hope you can follow the step by step to make the website like this. Okay, thank you everyone, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.